Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Those are probably some of the two most overused words in the English language that could be very sincere or could be very insincere. And honestly, I'm using them in the context of being very, very sincere. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this journey so far. Now, this video is going to be a little bit of just, I'm going to not try to edit it or very, very minimal editing to it. I just want to kind of talk about the year that I've been on YouTube so far, my experience with it, the past, the present, and the future. So let's just go back. September 26th or September 25th is when I released my very first video on YouTube of unboxing the iPhone 6S or 6S Plus. Either one of those, it was an iPhone that I unboxed, and that was my very first video. So if you guys want, you can go and check it back again. Honestly, just looking at the key difference of what I was doing before, I was using, we didn't know what it was. So Andre and I were working on this channel for the very, very first time, and we were just trying to create something just new for us, because I've always had a passion for technology. I've always loved it. So I thought, you know what, why not translate that and start a YouTube channel? Andre has been doing YouTube for such a long time. Remember, his very first video was like a Red Dead Redemption multiplayer gameplay one from 2011. So he's been at this for 5, or maybe that was even before 2011. Yeah, he's been at it for a really long time, and I never really thought about, you know, doing something like that until mid-2015. I was like, you know what, I have a passion for technology. I want to put that out there and just see the reception that I get, and maybe people will enjoy my stuff, maybe they won't, and so far it's been overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, so back then that video was honestly, I just did initial research about camera stuff, because although I love technology, I wasn't really a big camera guy. So at the time we used a Panasonic GH4 with a Micro Four Thirds lens that I had. I don't even remember which one it was, but it was like a kit lens that it came with a camera that I happened to have on the side before, because I had a GF2, I think, a Panasonic GF2. So I just still had that lens laying around. For whatever reason, decided to plug it in there. You know, got a white table so we can actually clearly see what was happening there. And we were using a Sony A57 as like this rig to come down. We didn't even have anything proper looking down. It was just like another tripod that kind of pointed down. It was being hoisted up by pillows, for goodness sake. And so yeah, we just recorded that video. Honestly, at that point, I didn't even know how to do video editing very well. Andre actually edited that video for me, so you can thank him for initially showing me how to do that kind of stuff. And just honestly, that was just an incredible experience just to try that for the very, very first time. Just not being in front of a camera. The last time I was in front of a camera, I was in high school. I think I was doing a project for a communications class that I had to do with, it was the kind of class that you had to do like Photoshop and video editing. So that was actually the last time that I touched it. So that was in 2007. So that would be to 2015. That's 8 years later. That's when I decided to actually do video editing again, and that was using completely different software at the time. I think in the school they only had the initial Adobe Premiere, so that's what I used then, and now it's already, at the time, I think it was already the Creative Cloud Suite, so it's such a big jump from when I last used it to when I used it now. And just to think, as the videos progressed and evolved, I wanted to try different things. At first it was just kind of the basic, you know, let's just do some unboxing stuff. Let's see like what people like to see when you get a product. You know, I wanted to show, oh hey, you buy the iPhone, this is what you get inside of it. And actually to show some of the presentation, because not everybody is able to actually buy those products. Or maybe they're on the fence about getting an iPhone, for example, and they want to know, hey, what do I get inside the box? So when I go and buy it, I know I don't need to get, you know, I don't need to get headphones because it already comes with them, for example. So that's where we kind of started at first. We just wanted to do technology stuff, like my strong suit. That's what it was initially for. As it slowly progressed, I started doing the editing for my own videos. Started off with Sony Vegas, then moved on to Adobe instead. I don't know, I just wanted to try out just different suites in order to kind of keep my wits up about me. And that was such an interesting transition from what I had normally done, because a lot of my vocation and a lot of the things that I did in school was technology based, and a lot of it was like, you know, read this, learn how to do this, troubleshoot that. Going into something creative like video editing and video shooting, it's such a different beast. And for me, I never really considered myself a very creative person. So doing this for the first time was extremely, extremely difficult, especially when it came down to the video editing portion of it. And even just like setting up shots, there's so much involved with that. There's lighting, there's backgrounds, there's just so much going on. It's such a difficult topic to talk about sometimes, because a lot of it also, because it being creative, is very, very subjective. And of course, editing kind of gets into play there too, how you can edit a shot and make things look better, or edit in a certain way to tell a different story. There's a lot that goes on there, and behind the scenes, there's actually a lot that gets involved too. So where did that kind of lead me from a year ago to today? So far we've made a whole bunch of different technology videos. I've kind of dabbled in a little bit of the new stuff just to kind of divvy it up a little bit, throwing in some gameplay there, because sometimes I wasn't always available to actually have and use a camera to be in front of it like you guys, like I'm talking to you guys right now. So I tried that for a little while, and I still even try to mix it up a little bit just to see how you guys are doing. And in the present now, I'm trying to get into more PC building, because consumer technology is great and all, and I like to dabble in that a little bit, but my passion has always been computers and PCs and just how things work and how to make things work better and more efficiently. So as you can see, I did a build for when I went to Vancouver. I did Andre's PC build. I hadn't done a computer build in probably like 3 or 4 years at the time, so there were quite a number of errors in there because I haven't been, well researched up until then. And then I kind of did a more recent one where it's a $550 build that includes Windows. You guys can check it out. I'll leave it in the card above over here. And that one was a little bit more that I got back into it. I started doing my research more about what's out there, what's available, what's coming up, things at different price points. And you know what? This is what I kind of want to seg myself into a little bit more, is more of the PC hardware stuff, because that's my background, where I come from more so than consumer tech. And that's where I kind of want to go towards more in the future. And here's probably like another little interesting tidbit of going forward into the future and how it kind of relates to the present. So the name that we have right now, Typical Reviews, it's going to change. Don't know when, but it's going to change really, really soon. I feel like as if a lot of people still mistaken Andre and I as the same people. Yeah, we're not. We're brothers. Yeah, we share, a gene pool, and we do look alike. You'd hope that siblings would at least somewhat look alike, but sometimes they don't, and some people can't even tell that we're siblings at times. So there's going to be a name change from Typical Reviews very soon in the future. It's going to be known as something else completely different, and to kind of not really separate the two of us more so. We're still going to be working together, and we still work together. We talk to each other every single day, throw ideas back and forth against each other. Some things stick and some things don't. But one of the biggest things I feel like that has to happen and has to change, there's going to be a name change soon, and when we announce it, you guys will know. So when a new video pops up in your sub box or your Twitter, you're not going to be like, who the heck is this guy, and when did I subscribe or follow them on Twitter? Yeah, so the channel's at, I think, 126,000 subscribers or so, and for a year, that's an incredible amount of growth. Some people don't even get, 10 subscribers in a year. And in all honesty, I think I'm at almost 200 videos in total, too, for a year. It's a big shift from what I was doing to what I'm doing now. Going from, that IT background into something more creative. It's been a really incredible and rewarding experience. It's been very difficult, but it's something that I've learned that if you stick to something and you practice and you try hard, you will eventually start to see some success with it. And that's what I'm starting to see, at least I think, with some of my shots that I'm taking, some of the editing that I'm doing, and some of that creativity. So this is just a message to anybody out there who's a little bit hesitant of trying out something new. I'm probably the biggest person that doesn't like to try new things. But I've noticed that every time that I've done that, it's been extremely, extremely rewarding. Sometimes your worst critic is yourself. And that's probably the biggest lesson that you could take away from this. If something interests you out there, try it out. You might not get it right the first time. You might not even get it right for a long time. But if you keep at it and you have the determination and you just keep at it, that's the biggest thing, is just keep at it, you will eventually succeed in some form or another. And if you don't, hopefully you'll find that journey more rewarding than the destination, because that's how I feel a lot of things are nowadays, at least for me at this age. But yeah, I know. Sorry I kind of rambled there a little bit for you guys, and another thing that I gotta try to do is talk a little bit slower, because I've noticed that in the comment section. Some of you guys are saying, Billy, appreciate all the knowledge you're throwing at us, but you talk really, really quickly. So that's something I'm hopefully going to be trying to change up, at least for another little bit of a future stuff there. So that's my kind of 1 year, I don't even want to call it a vlog kind of thing. I just kind of wanted just to talk to you guys, the audience, and all of my viewers, and all the people who follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube especially, just to let you guys know kind of what's been happening and how my life and everything has changed within the past year. It's been an incredible journey, and I'd like to just thank each and every one of you for that. Honestly, I find this a lot more like relaxing and therapeutic than, let's say, a Q&A, because I just feel like just straight talking to you guys, no agenda, no questions, no nothing, is just, it allows me, I feel like, connect better with you guys and just kind of let you know what's happening and how things are going with me. Either way though, I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching today's video. It's kind of my little rant about everything. Yeah, and just to let you guys know basically kind of what's happening, where we've been, where we are, and where we're heading to. So thank you very much for watching today's video, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.